I can't hear you over the truck.
You're on private property, right where you're standing.
I can't hear you.
You're on private property, right where you're standing at.
Really?
Yep, right there.
Where's
There's
your...
no sidewalk, so there is not a public access.
Really? Because there's a power plant here and public utilities.
You know what? What I just tell you? There's not a sidewalk there.
Scott,
that is private property.
Shut the f up.
No, I don't have to.
You don't scream at me.
You don't scream at me.
Well, you scream first. Now, do you want to talk to me like a civil human being, or you want to stand here and have a pissing match?
I tell you what I will do. I'll call the cops, have you arrested for trespassing. How about that?
I'll tell you what. Call the governor.
What are you doing?
I'm taking pictures.
For what?
When you're done yelling at me, I'll talk to you, okay? Because I don't conduct myself like that. All right?
Well, you know what? Every day I have to worry about terrorists, okay? And you could be one.
You know what? Every day I have to worry about terrorists. And you could be one. Now, do you want to tell me where the private property starts? Because I looked at the GIS survey. The GIS survey shows right up to this corner is public property. The private property goes that way and that way.
Street.
There you go. Hold on.
You're standing in the middle of the street. You're standing in the middle of the street. Perfect. I still like to know who you are.
You didn't ask me who I was.
Okay, I'm asking you now.
My name's David.
David, and what are you doing taking pictures of this area?
Okay. You see the signs on the fence over there?
Yep.
They're kind of unusual. You don't see that kind of stuff around, normally. So just getting sign pictures of signs.
Every single Coast Guard regulated facility that there is.
Okay. I don't go near Coast Guard regulated facilities normally. Obviously, I've not seen these signs. I'm just taking pictures of signs. That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, there's
I know it sounds stupid. I take pictures of stupid signs all the time. It's what I do. It's a hobby. I've got pictures of signs in all kinds of different languages, all kinds of different locations. That's all it is.
And you just happen to end up down here. But see, you just got finished telling me that you went and did a survey and tried to find out where the public land
No, I always look up the GIS surveys to see where the property line's on, because I'm not trying to go on to private property.
Because I'll have you arrested.
Actually, you can't have me arrested.
Yes, I can. If you're on private property,
I
can have you arrested.
You have to give me the opportunity to leave first, and then if I refuse to leave, then that's different.
Well, we can do it that way too. Either way.
Then it becomes something different. But I'm not here to trespass on your property. I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'm just here to take pictures.
Well, like I said, I don't know who you are. I don't know what your intent is. You could be trying to help terrorist organization plan an attack on this piece of property, and that makes you my concern.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, be concerned. Step back. You've got a picture of me now. You've got a first name to go with it. What else do you need?
Where's your car at? I want a picture of your tag number too.
It says I drove here.
Well, I'm sure you did because you're not that athletic. So.
I'm not?
I'm sure you drove.
I'm not that athletic, really?
Yeah.
I've got 2 black belts.
I don't. I really don't care.
I'm ex-Army. I'm not that athletic. Okay. Scott, you have a nice day.
I'm not going anywhere yet.
Okay. Okay. Pictures of that truck that that guy was in. In case I want to make a complaint, I'll know how to find it.
You can make all the complaints you want.
Let's step back so this guy don't run us over. There we go. So just because there's not a sidewalk doesn't mean that the area is not open to the public.
No, we've had problems.
You've had problems before?
Yes.
With photographers?
With photographers.
Or with like people that come out here to protest or something?
People flying
drones?
Drones and
I don't have a drone. I'm not here for that.
That there's just as bad.
No, it's just a camera.
Oh, just a camera.
It's just a camera. How many terrorists have stood out in public in broad daylight?
We arrested a terrorist coming down through here taking
I understand.
pictures of that.
Really?
Yes.
You sure? He was a terrorist?
Yes, he was on the wanted list.
On the wanted list?
Yes. The FBI was out here.
Really? I'll have to look that up.
So, well, look it up.
Well, no, I mean, because I've never heard of a terrorist standing out in broad daylight, making no effort to conceal himself, taking pictures.
Well, we don't want you taking a picture, okay?
Well, I mean, Okay.
This is our property.
Okay, so go on your property and do whatever it is that you
Don't
do.
point that camera in our property.
Well, I can do that.
No.
Sure I can.
No, you can't.
Sure I can.
No.
Come straight from the Supreme Court. Anything I can see from the public
Best
street,
thing
I can
for
photograph.
you to do is just go to your car and leave.
I'm not going to run away. He's called the police on me. I'm going to wait here till the police get here.
Good. That's what I want you to do.
I'm not going to run away. I have no reason to run away. I'm not breaking the law, and I'm not doing anything wrong.
Well, we'll discuss it when they get here.
Well, you can discuss it with them.
You may not want me when you catch me.
If you put that down, I'll tell you a little story.
I'll do that. I'll be.
Is your GoPro turned on?
It is now.
Let me tell you a little story.
Okay, tell me a little story.
A couple of year and a half ago, we had some protesters come down here at the park.
Uh-huh.
Jim is the facility manager over here next door where they make feed, plant, molasses.
Yeah.
And he was there, and the protesters, which they got a right to protest, they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
But a lady went over onto his property, climbed up under the bumper of a truck, and handcuffed herself or chained herself to the back bumper of the car, of the trailer that was sitting there. Now, luckily his people are observant and they saw this. Otherwise, they'd have drugged that lady down the road and might have killed her.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of stuff, the nightmares as a manager that you worry about and you think about. So like I said, when I see somebody that I don't know, I don't care who it is, we've had some people, people that were intoxicated, under the influence, they end up down here and there's some kind of issue, okay? So that's why I come up and started asking questions. And you already knew my name.
It's on your helmet.
That's kind of interesting.
It's on your helmet.
Well, that's good.
That's where I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that kind of threw me off to begin with because I didn't realize I had my helmet with my name in it. And like I said, your intentions may be purely innocent, but I just don't know that. Everything that's happening in this world, I have to take it to the next level. I mean, I'm required to, because this is a Coast Guard regulated facility, and it's called a TWIC facility.
Yeah.
Transportation
Workers Identification Card.
Credentials.
Yes.
You got to have one.
Yes.
If you're going to be on the property.
Oh, yes.
And you got to be invited and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, you may be the nicest guy in the world, but I do take what I do pretty seriously.
And I don't have an issue with that. I might recommend, though, that before you start screaming at somebody,
well,
maybe you catch a lot more flies with sugar.
Okay, I'll agree with you.
Okay.
I do have a tendency to be very vocal.
Okay.
Okay, that's just my nature.
Let this guy. And I'm not always the easiest guy to get along with. I understand that.
But there's things that you can't see right here that are in the facility that are trade secrets.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of stuff, it becomes a real big deal if you're starting to videotape that kind of stuff.
Can you see it from here?
Well, if I told you that, I'd be letting all the trade secrets out, wouldn't I?
Well, I mean, my point is, if I can't see it from here and I can't photograph it from here, it's kind of not an issue. Additionally, anything that I would want, if I were a terrorist, anything that I would want to get into that facility, I'd get off Google Earth.
Well, yeah, yes and no. There's we've had people even out here with drones.
Yeah, he said something about drones. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
The sky's clear. I'm not here with the drone.
Well, like I said.
I told you what I'm doing. I mean, I've been honest with you. I'm here to take pictures of the unusual signs on the fence. That's it. I took some. They've got some down there too that I got, and I mean, they didn't freak out, but I guess I just caught you at the wrong time. I mean, the opportune moment. What are the odds you'd be rolling up right here as I get up here?
just luck, I guess. Well, now let's introduce
unlucky.
myself. My name is Scott Causey.
My name's David.
David?
Yes, David.
Last name?
I didn't give it.
And I'd like to know what it is.
I don't want to give it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, you've called.
It'll be on the police report.
There won't be a police report.
There will be a police report.
Okay, well, it won't be on the police report.
Okay.
Only thing they'll have on the police report is David. Okay. And the reason I won't give you my last name now is because you have called the police, and because they will generate a report. And if they have my last name, that report's going to go to the intelligence officer and then to the fusion center.
Yep.
And then the fusion center ends up putting me on the terrorist watch list
Yep.
because I take pictures of unusual signs.
Yep.
What a waste. What a waste of money and resources.
Are you not an organization like terrorist organization? I'm just saying, are you with?
I'm actually
credentialed.
I'm actually credentialed media.
Okay.
So who?
I am credentialed media.
That's
I am
what-
credentialed media. Yes.
Do you have a copy of the credentials so we can see them?
I do, but they have my name on it, and now that you've called the police, and because I don't want to end up on the terrorist watch list,
Yeah.
I am not going to identify myself.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Because, well, here's my issue with, I don't care about the terrorist watch list. I wish they actually had some real terrorists on there to watch.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You know, instead of people like me or you or him. And unfortunately now they're wanting to use the terrorist watch list to deny people, you know, their ability to purchase firearms. This list is not vetted.
Yeah.
Okay, if you piss a police officer off and he writes something stupid in a report, you can very easily end up on the terrorist watch list.
Yeah.
And that's not right. You know, I understand what you guys do. I understand you need to be aware of security and stuff like that. I'm not trying to hamper or interfere with that, okay? But I have the right to be here.
Well, I actually feel better about what you're telling me now than when we first started off, because after listening to you talk for a while, I believe that you're genuine, okay? Now, whatever your intentions are, I don't know what they are, you know?
I'm here to take pictures of the sign on the fence.
Well, let me just say this.
Okay.
There are people in this country that do anything and everything they can to hamper industrial activities, okay? And so, you know, they got a right to do that, but I got a right to make a living.
Absolutely.
And that's you know.
I grew up here in Pasadena.
Okay.
Okay. I've worked in the plants at one time or another, unfortunately, mostly when I was younger, obviously. You know, man, there's a lot of guys working in the plants that don't have much of an education,
Right.
that make a good living.
Yep.
You know, because there are opportunities, you know,
There to make a living.
for them to make a living.
I had
Now,
something happen, and another reason why I was on edge is because just the other day, last week,
Uh-huh.
I'm pulling up at the office, and there's a white van sitting in the middle of the road. I pull up in my parking spot, I get out, and I walk over. Can I help you? Well, as I walked up there, a guy got out of the car, and he's got his movie camera, and he's taking pictures. So I inquire,
Yeah.
what is your business? The guy tells me, it's none of your business. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm legal. This is a public roadway. So he's taking pictures.
No, it actually it ends right there where that curb starts.
Well,
so that's a private roadway there.
yeah, actually it is.
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, anyway, so he's giving me his spiel, and there was 4 guys and a woman in the car. And I told him, I said, look, I said, this is a Coast Guard facility. Quick. I said, I've got to report you. You're taking pictures of the tanks. I don't know who you are or what you're doing. Well, to make the long story short, they're talking ugly to me, and as fate would have it, I was being very nice to them on this day. Imagine that. Well, what happened is, and I'm like, look, you know, I'm going to have to call the cops. I said, because you can't stand here and take these pictures. So they're like, well, go ahead. And so I'm dialing the police, the Port Police, and they jump in the car and they take off. I get the tag number. We fill out the report. But I have to do that every time something happens. It's called a suspicious activity. That's what it's called.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending upon which side of the coin you're on,
Right.
suspicious activity is not a crime. It's neither a misdemeanor nor a felony.
That's correct.
It is just something that
It warrants an investigation.
Well, in most cases, it actually doesn't even warrant an investigation. It is just something that you see that's unusual. But what's unusual to you is not always unusual to other people.
Right.
You know, to me, this is perfectly normal. You
To
know,
take pictures.
To take
Like a
pictures.
tourist.
Yes. Yeah. Well, tourists don't usually get pictures of signs. Okay, I know signs are different.
Yeah.
I do understand that is unusual activity.
Yep.
Okay, which is why I told you exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm not trying to hide. I'm right out here in the open in broad daylight.
Yep.
You know. Oh, wonderful. Port Police. Now, what they're going to do is explain to you that I'm on public property and that I can take pictures of anything I can see from the public right away.
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, see you later, Dave.
Okay. Are you going to explain to these guys that...
You can explain to them.
you want me to do it?
Why not?
Okay, so Supreme Court says that anything you can see from public property, you can photograph. All right? You cannot deem a constitutionally protected activity, which is what I'm engaged in right now. It's a First Amendment protected activity.
Hold on one second.
You can't, he's not going to leave.
Okay.
He's going to stay here and confirm everything I'm telling you. You cannot criminalize a constitutionally protected activity.
What about trespass?
Okay, so trespassing in the state of Texas.
You were on, when we first came up here, you were on private property.
I was on property because your guy engaged me and pulled me onto the property. So it's ipso facto consented.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I withdrew. All right. So for trespassing, you have to give me the opportunity to leave first.
Okay,
When the police,
we give you the opportunity to leave.
Okay. When the police come, they will also give me the opportunity to leave. Okay. At that point, if I refuse to withdraw, okay, then it's criminal trespass and they would arrest me.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I'm good with that.
So
So now you get to leave.
well,
Yeah.
I
Now
don't
you get
see-
to leave.
well, this isn't your property.
This is.
No, this right here where I'm standing is not.
I don't think so.
I see that
Let's
sewer.
get- let's
See the
get-
sewer drain?
Let's get the police.
Okay, get him out here.
Let's decide what is public property, what is not right.
Your property is going to be from that fence post and that telephone pole back.
Okay.
Correct. So where that sewer drain is, which is what I'm online with.
Okay. What I'm going to need, I know this is a pain, but he's caused me to have a lot of pain this afternoon. I would like for you to write up a report about him conducting a suspicious activity. I don't care if he's taking pictures or if he's singing a lullaby. I would like a report with his name and everything on it so I can get a copy of it.
What? Hold on. I'll save him the trouble.
You have to call your supervisor.
I'll save him the trouble. How about I just give him a business card? Will that help you?
That'd be great.
Okay. I don't want this guy to have to do any more work than it's absolutely necessary.
Well, obviously he knows you by first name. So.
Unfortunately, the port police know me very well. So they already know who I am, my name, all of that.
Okay.
They've actually appeared in a number of my videos. Some favorably, some a little less than favorably.
Okay. Video journalist. Well, David, now
And
we know each other.
That is my real name, actually. And
Okay.
that is actually my real name, David Warden. And if you call the Coast Guard, they know me very well.
Good enough. David, good luck. You have a nice day.
All righty.
Thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it.
Bye, Dave.
Man, I hate when you guys roll up.
Why?
Because you ruin it. You ruin it. You know, such is the life of being famous. You know,